Garoppolo, nowhere to go. Rolling right, pointing to the end zone, throws, caught, touchdown!
For those who come to San Francisco, be sure to wear some flowers in your hair.
Wow, people like my Sam Darnold video recently. The style of the analysis I did was incredibly well received and I got a bunch of positive feedback over it. I want to say thank you for all of the support, and I decided to keep going a similar way and look at another hot QB talent I am extremely convinced by in this video. Let's take a look at Jimmy Garoppolo, everybody's favorite player to talk about right now. And I'm going to break him down for you and explain why I think he's even better than a lot of people perceive him to be right now. I will also break down my signature play of him in detail and bring to light some of the things that I see in him that might be overlooked at first glance. We'll take a look at his story first. Coming out of college, I didn't get a lot of tape on him, but now he finally was allowed to take stage in the NFL, I believe we have a future NFL MVP on our hands. He was extremely fortunate to end up in a situation in New England where he got to sit and develop under one of the best quarterback technicians in recent NFL memory in Tom Brady, and the optimal stable environment for a young prospect to grow and turn into a superstar. San Francisco just happened to be a perfect match for Garoppolo. They have one of the smartest upstart head coaches in Kyle Shanahan who can produce flat out dominating offensive strategies, and Garoppolo is the exact quarterback that this scheme requires. He is smart, he makes quick decisions, he's incredibly refined in terms of technique, and, importantly, his work ethic is nothing short of admirable. He has the character you want in a QB, which is really important to me as I've highlighted before. I need that guy who's all about football. That's why I'm concerned about Baker Mayfield. That's why I don't want Jameis Winston or Jay Cutler on my team. I need that guy who has nothing else to do in his life, who will camp out in the film room and spend every waking minute thinking about football. And Garoppolo, very much like Tom Brady, is that type of guy. Of course, like every player, he has weaknesses and areas to improve at. His footwork can still use some refinement. I found that sometimes he relied too much on his arm to make a throw that he would put his entire body into it. He had inaccuracies at times, some overthrows, in part to the mechanical issues of not using his lower body to aid the throw. And he will really profit from his first full offseason learning the new offense and being the centerpiece of a team. With all the mental stuff in order and the best environment you could wish for, let's take a look at his physical tools, the ability to really make it happen. I recently rewatched every snap Garoppolo took as a 49er last season in preparation for this video. This play just jumped off the tape for me here. On 3rd and goal, he completes this pass to Trent Taylor for a huge touchdown to extend the lead to 2 possessions and put the game away against the Jaguars. Quick note, the Jaguars ranked 2nd in the NFL in average points allowed at 16.8 per game. Jimmy Garoppolo ended up putting 44 on that defense in his 4th career start for San Francisco. Let's get behind this one. The 49ers are in a gun-tight formation and running a high-low concept. On the strong side, you have a so-called stick route by the tight end George Kittle. He tries to split the zones and sit right at the goal line. Kendrick Bourne is running a delayed corner route to the back of the end zone behind him, with Matt Breida on a quick shoot underneath. This is really strong to beat zone concepts in the red zone by pulling one defender up to cover the corner route in the back of the end zone, while the flat defender needs to fall down to pick up the shoot route, typically allowing the tight end to find the sweet spot between the zones for an easy touchdown. Why am I showing this side of the field? Because this was a designed play for George Kittle. Number 85 is supposed to catch this pass here. Look at Garoppolo's eyes right after the snap. He's staring down the right side looking for a hole to develop in the defense. After noticing that there isn't one, since the Jaguars are dropping 8 people in coverage and only rushing 3, his head immediately jerks over to the other side of the field. He sees room to scramble out and buy himself more time while keeping his eyes on his receivers. I cannot emphasize enough how telling this play is of his ability. What you're seeing here is the definition of making reads from the quarterback position. Something that is stressed so much because it is so important. On the weak side of the formation, we have another high-low concept. A deep corner route and a sort of reverse pivot route by Taylor underneath. They are running it from a switch release, slightly delaying the deep corner out the same way as it is on the other side. This is just a little tweak by Kyle Shanahan in the play design, but it's sensible as it allows for better time progression when reading low to high. Garoppolo's scrambling out here accomplishes two things. It buys the extra time he needs to make a throw, and crucially, it forces a defender, in this case slot corner Aaron Colvin here, to drop down and go after the quarterback to prevent him from running it in for an easy score himself. Take a look at the two defenders left here. Colvin leaving his spot causes them a split second of confusion regarding their assignments on who now covers high and who now covers underneath. AJ Bouye is beginning to drop deep just as Colvin starts to chase the quarterback, and Garoppolo recognizes this and pulls the trigger so fast that it doesn't allow Tayshaun Gibson to regain his footing and get down to break up the pass in time. Garoppolo makes his plan B look like it was intended all along on this play. Every time I rewatched it, I noticed more things he did right where he easily could have, and most quarterbacks would have, gone wrong. For all intents and purposes, this play shouldn't have worked. It just shouldn't have, with this defense, but because of Garoppolo's lightning quick decision and incredible arm talent, it did anyway. This is Aaron Rodgers type stuff. I find no other way to describe it. Even all the smarts he demonstrates here aside, this throw alone damn near deserves a video. Running straight for the sideline with a full speed defender screaming in his face, he puts it on the spot for Trent Taylor here. He turns his shoulder all the way around, and with his arm almost completely extended, he finesses it around the guy, taking up most of his field of vision at this point. In doing so, he opens his body up completely, even though he knows he's going to take a full speed hit right in his chest plate. That's not natural. That's not normal human instinct. It's incredible discipline and flat out talent. Trading a second rounder for a ready-made Pro Bowl quarterback on a silver platter is the closest thing to highway robbery we've seen in the NFL. And as he continues to make plays like this, I believe this can establish itself as one of the biggest trade decisions in NFL history. Up there with the Herschel Walker move and Brett Favre coming to Green Bay. The Rams and 49ers rivalry is set to begin the biggest showdown in the National Football League over the next decade, and people couldn't be more excited about it. In fact, I've thought about making a future episode all about it, analyzing the teams, schemes, and key personnel on both sides. Let me know if there's interest in that from the viewer's side. As for Garoppolo, this finishes my evaluation of him for now. And what more can I say? He wears number 10. He is a 10, he's got 10 fingers for 10 championship rings. He's gonna be exciting to watch. What's also possibly exciting to watch is my previous videos, in which I covered Baker Mayfield if you want to hear me be mad at a team, or Sam Darnold for a closer look at the most promising quarterback talent from this year's class in my eyes. As for now, thank you very much for watching, I'd appreciate a like on the video, and please consider subscribing to Beyond Football. Have a nice day everybody, and I will talk to you in the next video.